CEO of 365 Cups and Working Spaces HQ. Simone Eyles is an entrepreneur who uses new technology to solve old problems. Holding a graphic design degree, Simone began her first startup in 2011 after a conversation with a friend, now business partner, Mars, about how fantastic it would be to order coffee from your mobile phone. The headline-grabbing 365 Cups is a genius startup success story whose international acclaim led to the development of 2 more apps for the hospitality industry, 365 BLT and 365 VIP app. Due to their phenomenal business growth, Simone and Mars formed a new company entity, Maroons, under which all apps are now developed. Located in Wagga in regional New South Wales, Maroons has built a global business proving that geographical location does not limit opportunity or success. Simone is passionate about boosting regional Australia through disruptive technology and supporting other startups. Awarded the inaugural Beyond Bank Entrepreneur Grant for her co-working space, Working Spaces HQ, Simone has created an environment that fosters entrepreneurship and economic development in the Wagga Wagga region by providing a co-working space and professional development program and work opportunities to ensure members get the leg up they need. Please welcome
thanks
Simone.
Thanks for having me tonight, and thanks for the other speakers. I'm just going to kind of echo everything you said anyway, so put my phone down, I'll get distracted. I'm the founder of 365 Cups and Working Spaces HQ, and I've been on a pretty wild journey. 365 Cups is nearly 6 years old, which is a bit crazy. So who uses 365 Cups? So 365 Cups actually was an idea, wouldn't it be cool to order coffee on your phone? So we built it, and we built it over a year. 365 Cups has had over 1 million orders through the system. It's generated nearly $8 million in revenue for our clients. We've got clients all across Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, somewhere else, maybe the US, I don't know. Every day thousands of people use our app, and the app is actually highly evolved now, and it's fairly automated, so you know, it's kind of come full circle. It just kind of runs itself now. But I wanted to talk to you more, just like what Tulsa said, so many people come to me every day with app ideas or business ideas, and even when we were a startup before we knew what a startup was, and we had jobs and everything, we kind of were ticking away on this idea, and we thought, you know, I was actually at work and my phone was ringing for 365 Cups, and I'm like, I can't be at work and kind of work on this, so I gave up my job, and we worked out of a granny flat. And then when I was really keen to get into the main street, and I really wanted to be like foot traffic, ground floor kind of space, and we did that, and then all of a sudden all these people kept coming to our office to talk to us, which was like what I wanted, but like really annoying and disruptive. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do about that, and I'm like, okay, I kind of thought I'll do a co-working space. So it was kind of always tucked away in my mind. But yeah, Tulsa, I always talk about Tulsa as well, because what these guys spoke about before, so many people do come to me, and the only difference is the people that take action to make their idea a reality. So there's very little barriers to entry, like you can start it at your kitchen table. And startups are really important for our economy, because big business is great and a lot of people work at big business, but you need new business, you need new ideas, you need new opportunities. So it's kind of this full circle, you know, like you start with something or nothing and you build this big business, and that's great. But then like that, you have to keep feeding that cycle. And if you think people here have kids, like I'm a graphic designer for print, my little boy is never going to grow up and buy a newspaper, ever. So, Freddie and I used to work together. So, you know, like things are changing really fast, and we need to be inspiring and creating these new startups. And most great startups are just people with an idea, or people with a passion, or people who have found a gap in the market. So we had an idea, Tulsa had an idea, Di started with one thing and it's morphed into 4 things, like it's crazy, but that's how it happens. And I guess if we could go to the next slide. So die is always saying an idea is nothing if you do nothing with it. So how do you take that idea and start something? Well, you do what Tulsa did and you stalk people and ask them for meetings, and then you know, it's not so much a horror story, but it's the truth. Like, you have to kind of go on that journey for yourself, and you have to figure that stuff out. I can't tell you how to build your app. I can't build your app for you, but I can point you in the right direction, and I can hopefully give you some tips along the way. And then, you know, and enjoy your own journey, because you'll never find a startup that has a rosy story of how they just like woke up and like, yay, I'm going to start up and I'm going to tell you some 365 horror stories. So we've pitched to so many people. We've stalked a lot of people. I pitched to Boost Juice years ago. We met Janine. She mentored us a bit. They obviously have their own app now. So does McDonald's. So does KFC. Like, so does every Tom, Dick and Harry. And it's kind of hard because you're like, you know, that was our idea, but it's kind of exciting because that's my legacy. Like, we were the first in Australia, first in the world with mobile ordering, and we invented that, and no one can ever take that away from us. But we've had some shoppers. So we've had people tell us that our product wasn't good enough. We've had the headline was, how do you eat an elephant? So how do you eat an elephant? Like, why would you even eat an elephant? That's awful. But it's kind of a metaphor of, well, does anyone know how to eat an elephant?
One piece at a time.
Yes, yay, you get a prize for the elephant. Yeah, like, so, like, that's pretty, like, chunky, massive elephant, one bit at a time. So you've got a startup idea. What do? You speak to people, get your ABN, register your domain name. Just do one thing at a time. Before you know, there'll be no more elephant. Basically stalk to meet people, your favourite people, while having access to all these people. They're always publishing all their information. So Janine said to me, always tell a story. So, you know, like, I'm a bit of a media crazy person, but I've got a background in graphics and marketing and comms, so I should know how to work it. I do know how to work it. So just like Tulsa did, he didn't have a deck, but he just got up and told us like a great story. And I don't think I've really heard that complete story, Tulsa, so thanks for sharing that. So Richard Branson, so who's seen Sir Richard with his mad like stuck face lately, yeah? Like, what's that got to do with Virgin Planes? But that's the point of it. He's always putting himself in his brand, and that's a lot about what I do, because when we started, like, how do you explain to someone what an app is that can order coffee? Like, I can't give them something, I can't show them something, but if I can tell a story and be the human in front of that brand, that always helps. My mantra is, do what you can with what you have. So, and just, who's heard of Airbnb? Has anyone used Airbnb? Can anyone tell me what Airbnb, what their name is about? No? Okay, so Airbnb were two designers in, I don't know if they're in LA or the Valley, Silicon Valley, and they're going to this design conference, and if you've been to Silicon Valley, it's like crazy to get accommodation or to rent or whatever. So they're living there, and they're like, we're gonna put an air bed in our lounge room, and we're gonna rent it out. Air bed and breakfast. That's what Airbnb is. Two guys with an idea. So, you know, they had their air mattress and they put it on a blog, and people started booking their air bed and breakfast. So yeah, I like stalk Richard Branson, and I got to meet him. So I think that's every entrepreneur's dream. I'm actually building a new product called Trimper. And this is, again, crazy about the power of networks. I was speaking to my legal team, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm building this thing. You've got to like help me do some stuff. I have to like tell Richard Branson about it. And they're like, well, we're going to an event in a couple of months, and so Richard Branson's there. I'm like, and they're like, would you like to come as our guest? I'm like, and they're like gold sponsors. They have to pay like, I don't know how much they have to pay to be at this event. I'm like, oh my God, yes. So I'm at this event. It's called Talent Unleashed in Sydney. It was just on recently, and Steve Wozniak was one of the judges. And I'm in this room and like all these people are there and they're like, Simone, do you want to meet this person? I was like, no, I was fully focused on like stalking Richard Branson. And so we had this event and then he was about to leave. He did photos with people and spoke to a few people and he was about to like leave and I fully scoped the place out and I was like, he was going out the, like a side door there and he had like bodyguards and everything. I swear I like literally dived on him and I'm like, so Richard, can I speak to you? And he's like, yeah. And I got to walk down like the building with him and got a selfie. And I even like, I moved everything off my phone, like all my apps and everything, just to have my camera on my front screen just so I could like do my photo because I fully had the shades because I was like, oh my God, Richard Branson. So yeah, it was the internet to work for them. And that's through our ordering app, our clients. They can use technology to extend their service beyond their front door, and then I love working with people and with startups in helping them take that idea into reality.